Hello everybody, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So today's video, as you saw by the title, we will be doing finally another how-to, another monthly how-to. So I actually started this in January. I think I did one monthly how-to, and it was like how to find your foundation or something like that, or how to get foundation nice base or something like that. And then I never did them again, and somebody requested on my videos that I do a video on how to do brows or how to do my brows. And so then I was like, well, it's perfect time, just do another how-to. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. And yeah, if you like these videos, definitely give it a thumbs up. Let me know what kind of how-tos you want to see. If there's any like requests you have on how to do anything, let me know for sure. And so yeah, without further ado, let's just get started. Did I tell you to subscribe? I hope I did. You should subscribe. Alright, so this video should be short and sweet, but I do want to go a little bit, a little bit in depth on like my brows, obviously. So for starters, you can see they're kind of thick brows. I have thick brows and I haven't been able to get them done in a while, so usually I'll just pluck them. Yeah, I'll pluck them, shape them up, cut them a little bit. And so right now they're kind of like, I just plucked them like a week ago, so they're kind of coming back in, but I felt like it was a perfect time to do it to really show you like what my brows usually look like on a normal day-to-day when I can't get them done, or when I don't get them done, and when I don't pluck them myself. So I have like a handful of products here that I go between using, and I have some recommendations that I'll recommend like as the video goes on. But for starters, a good duo brush on hand is like just a must-have for me, and I feel like for everyone. This is the e.l.f. It's literally called the e.l.f. duo brush, so it has like a flat end like this, and it has a spoolie on this side, because if you're a brow pomade kind of girl, just a brow gel kind of girl, if you're even a brow pencil, anything like that, although some brow pencils do have a spoolie, not all of them do, and it's just good to have one on hand if you're just throwing a brow gel in your brows, if you're using a pomade, anything like that. So for starters, I like to just brush, I like to brush my hairs upward and kind of shape them, so I'll just go up and put them around, and I'll do the same on this side, brush them up, and I'll brush them down. So I like to follow the natural shape of my brows. Right here is always where it gets like iffy, right here, because it kind of goes round or whatever, but I like to just follow, so I'll just scoop it a little bit that way, scoop this up a little bit more. I like to just follow the natural shape of my brows. So if your brows obviously don't do this, then kind of follow your brow wherever it goes, wherever it takes you. I have a baby tail back here, but I just like to brush it out like so. Okay, so I'm gonna do two different brows on my eyes with a bunch of different products, but just to show you like what I do, what sometimes I do, like what I like to do, what I like to change sometimes, what I'll switch it up to. So I'm not gonna use, the only thing I don't have is a brow pomade, like a brow, I guess I kind of do, but it's not a potted one. It's in this e.l.f. kit here that comes with like a pomade and a powder, but I don't necessarily have a potted ones, which I know a lot of people have as well, but it's kind of the same deal. So just for those of you who are like, girl, no. All right, so just to start, my favorite brow pencil ever is probably this Wet n Wild's retractable brow pencil. I have the shade Deep Brown. Now I just freaking broke the tip of this. It broke off because it's so thin. It's so thin, it just breaks all the time. And so I'm not going to be using this one because it's broken, but it's my favorite. It's my favorite brow pencil ever. It is so thin, the tip is so easy. It does come with a very nice spoolie. Again, just do the same kind of thing if you have a spoolie like this, but it's very creamy. It lasts all day, does not budge, anything like that. The best brow pencil ever, if you're wondering. e.l.f. has a really great one too. e.l.f. has a great thick one if you have thicker brows than I do. A thicker pencil is sometimes better because it's just quicker if you have thicker brows. I like that one as well. It's a $2 brow pencil from e.l.f. Oh, so good, so quick. I like that too sometimes. But then e.l.f. also has a precise brow pencil, which again is a great one as well. I haven't tried every brow pencil on the market. Sadly, I have not. I am expanding my horizons once, like one brow pencil at a time. So like once I use one up, I'll reach out and try another one. But those are just my favorites so far, so if you're curious. And then if you want to look on the high-end side, I know everyone loves the Anastasia Brow Wiz. I've actually never tried that, but I've tried the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. So good as well. I feel like the Wet n Wild is the exact same one, so I personally wouldn't rebuy the Benefit one, but if you're someone who really just wants high-end stuff, I know the feeling. The Precisely one is amazing as well. So for this brow, I'm just going to use a brow pencil. I'm going to use the Colourpop Brow Boss. I have the shade Soft Black. This is a good one too. I like the other ones a little bit better, but we'll use this one today. Again, it does come with a spoolie, which is nice. Same kind of vibe. So what I like to do to start off with my brows, get them under control, girl. What I like to do is I like to draw the line underneath my brows first. So I like to just go from the tip and draw the line across, following my natural brow line, if you will. So kind of like that, you can see where the line kind of drew itself right there, and then I followed it all the way down to my brow tail. If you're someone who has like a brow tail like mine that's kind of like non-existent, I just like to draw it in, fill it in, and make it look like it's a brow, girl. It's a brow. So then when I do that, if I'm using a pencil the entire time, if I'm just using a pencil, what I'll do next is I'll start to just fill in like so. Just kind of flick, do straight lines, do curved lines. Wherever my brow hairs are going in that area is where I'll flick my pencil. So for back here, I'll go backwards. For the middle here, I'll kind of curve it so that it kind of follows the same shape. And then in the front here, I'll just flick up like this. And I'll kind of do that to my entire brow until I feel like all the spaces I want are filled in. Again, it's personal preference, because of course some people like their brows more filled in. Some people like their brows less filled in. They just want a little something. But I like to fill in just any gaps that I see are totally noticeable. Like my first eye went right here to this gap right here, and then this one. So it's kind of like whatever's noticeable. Then I'll take my spoolie and go back and kind of do the same thing where I follow the shape of my brow, make sure everything's filled in and looks good, like a nice brow. And it's hard, this one is a little bit thicker, but you can just see how the color and everything came together, whereas this brow, it's kind of still sparse in some areas. I have very thick brows, thicker than the average Joe, but so it's hard to tell, but you can just see how much prettier it looks, how much nicer everything is just coming together. So that is just my quick everyday kind of brow. And then I'll throw in, I'm usually using the Benefit Gimme brow in the shade 4.5. A good dupe is the e.l.f. Wow Brow. They're literally the same thing, but I have this one, so I'm going to use it. And then what I'll do is I'll just run this through my brows. Again, following the same direction of my brows, I'll put this one up. I'll throw these hairs back, and then I'll go these down. So I like to follow, again, the same shape of my brows. And there you go. That is my everyday kind of brow type deal. This one will go a little bit more ham, just so you guys can see that version as well. But this is literally what I do every day. I'll just throw it in like that and call it a day. And you'll even see, I'll just take my finger sometimes and run it across here, because the brow gel sometimes goes a little farther than I want above my brow, and I'll just go like this. And it's perfectly normal. I feel like it's still, my brow still looks natural, whatever, like YOLO. Who really cares? But so to go with, now let's go to the ham brow. What should we call her? The ham brow, I like it. So when I'm really taking my time, if I'm filming an Instagram video, or I really just didn't want to play with some makeup, what I like to do for my brows is, again, the same deal where I'll just draw the line underneath. So we're going to do that real quick. I'm just going to draw the same line following from the beginning all the way down. Now this one has more of a tail, but almost like it has a shorter tail, if that makes sense. So the tail's all there, but it's shorter. So I'll just bring it down a little bit. I saw someone too, they said that if you bring your eyebrow a little bit farther down, it makes your eyes look bigger. And so I just do it all the time now naturally, kind of just bring it down a little bit farther. So again, you can see where I just drew that line all the way down. And then so when I'm doing a more bougie brow, that's it for the brow pencil. I'll let the brow pencil rock. We'll put it away. And then I'll go into my e.l.f. eyebrow kit. This is a really great beginner-friendly eyebrow kit in general. I don't know what to do with the shade, but I feel like just this product here is so creamy. It's so easy. If you're looking for something like that, this one is a good one. I have the shade Dark. And then I'll take that e.l.f. Duo brush that I mentioned a little earlier, and I'll literally just dip it right in. It's not a very harsh product, so feel free to like just really dip in there. Try, like, it's not a huge deal if there's too much on the product, because it's not a very like harsh product. And then what I'll do is, again, follow the same kind of brow where I'll just flick the front of it up, and then the outside kind of curve it, and then the thing straight back. Again, following my natural brow shape. It's just super easy, and then I'll go back with the spoolie, whatever, and just kind of run it through to make it look more natural. Very nice. I love the way this one looks. I love the way both of them looks, but you can see this one just looks a little bit more fuller, a little bit more dramatic, if you will. I feel like this one just looks a lot more natural. So depending on what you're going for. But then I like to take concealer sometimes. My brow actually looks really nice today. Usually it's a little bit more dramatic. But I feel like since I was doing a video, I was like wanting to be more I wanted to control myself a little bit. But usually if I mess up or anything like that, I like to take, where is it? We'll just use this one, I guess, for now. This is just a Morphe M165 brush. It's like an angled brush. I'll just take any flat kind of shader brush and some concealer, and I like to just take it and shape out the brow. So I really like there not to be a lot of product on there. If there's too much product, it ruins the whole thing. But I'll just follow the line again. And sometimes, like, you can see how I got some in there. Sometimes I'll intentionally run some concealer through my brows and on top, so that it really carves it out and shapes it out. And then I'll just pat it out. I feel like a sponge or any like brush or anything that you use for like your foundation is too big. Like, so I really like a pencil and then my finger, because I feel like it just is precise. It taps everything in and makes everything work just better and look better, I feel like. So, and then there's that bar. You can see it just looks a little bit bolder, a little bit more precise. This brow hair right here is killing me, so I'm just gonna put a little concealer on that to help her out. And then I'm gonna take the e.l.f. Wild Brow on this brow, and then I'll just take a brow gel and do the same kind of thing, follow it all the way down. And yeah, so that was super easy. I feel like I told you guys it was gonna be a quick video, but it's just first of all, knowing the most important thing, I feel like for doing your brows is knowing your brows. First of all, their tone, their shape, what kind of shades do you like? Do you like ash brown, taupe, whatever? Knowing that, seeing your roots, what looks nicest on you, and just kind of playing with that first and foremost. But then it's also knowing the shape of your brows. How thick are they? How thin are they? Do they look better thick? Do they look better thin? And kind of playing it with that. And then it's taking the step back and saying, okay, so what do I like? Do I like when my brows are thicker or thinner? Do I like when they're more filled in, more bold, or do I like them when they're more natural? Again, this is more my everyday brow. You can definitely see the difference. These just look darker, a little bit sharper, a little bit more dramatic. And then this one over here just looks a little bit more fun and chill and playful and not super harsh. And so I feel like, again, knowing your preference is key. This is everything, every how-to I will probably ever do is just, I'm gonna say it, it's knowing yourself is the most important thing, because you know, there is no right way to do makeup, no right way to do your brows. It's you and your preferences, and that's the most important thing, and like what works on you. So whatever works on you might not work for me. I personally think brow gel is a huge gimmick. I don't necessarily need them. I really just, to me, it's not a huge thing, but I know a lot of people like brow gels. The e.l.f. Wild Brow is a good one, and so is the Benefit Gimme Brow. So of course, if you want those, I personally would not repurchase them. I just had them, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna use them. And so I use them every day now, but not a huge thing. I feel like for some people though, they really, really enjoy it. And so, alright guys, so the quote for today is, humility is just acknowledging your complete dependence on God and making a deliberate decision to make life not about you but about him. that's it for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. I know it was a quick one, but again, I really hope you enjoyed it, and it helped somebody do their brows. If you have any questions, definitely let me know down below. I really hope I didn't miss anything. There's not much to miss, I personally feel, with brows, because again, like I said, it's personal preference and your personal brows. So I don't know how much I would have missed, unless, because that's all I do to my brows. But you know, if you have any questions, definitely let me know. If you need to help picking a shade or anything, of course, let me know. I have all my shades listed down below. And yeah, that's it for this video. Bye, guys.